Welcome back to Seen It Before. We're probably going to say something stupid about your favorite movie because we've seen it all before. I'm Danny.
I'm Dan. And we are doing our third installment of a Mission Impossible rewatch. Mission Impossible 3.
Trace.
Trace. Yes. So we got... Who do we got?
We got Tom Cruise.
Yes, we got
Tom Cruise. And...
Michelle Monaghan.
We got Michelle Monaghan.
There we go. There you go. And don't forget Phillip Seymour Hoffman, because holy shit in this movie. I didn't expect him to be so good, but he was.
You didn't expect Phillip Seymour Hoffman to be good?
Yeah. Because it's Mission Impossible.
What do you mean? The first one?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, the first one's second one's just ugh.
Yeah, that's what this has been leading up to. I hadn't seen 2 or 3, and you're just like,
so I told you, right? Okay, so without spoiling anything, this is the best one yet, right?
Out of the 3, yes,
yeah.
It is the best one so far.
It's not the best one in the whole franchise.
I already know what my pick is.
It only gets better from here.
Well, yeah.
We're in the golden era now.
We're in the golden era. We're done with the original trilogy, and now we're moving on to the sequel. Wait. Sequel trilogy.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It's J.J. Abrams. Yep. Sorry, I had to make the joke. It's fine.
You bring it back war memories.
War memories.
We got PTSD now, man.
PTSD. Yeah. All right. So let's we're done setting the stage of this. Let's just get right into it. All right, Dan needed a moment. He's going to start the war flashbacks over. Or no, are they still going?
No, I think I'm good now.
Are they?
It's kind of like gas. Had to get it out of my system real quick, you know?
Well, that's probably because you're wearing 4 layers of clothes.
Well, if we're going to be going to the city, I don't want to be freezing my butthole off.
Okay. Anyway,
middle of January.
Mission Impossible 3. Yeah, so he's a married man. Well, he's not a married man. He's a house husband, basically.
He's an engaged man.
He's a house husband. Let's be real. I mean, he's throwing dinner parties in his backyard to start this movie.
Yeah. Well, the opening scene, though.
Yeah, the opening scene.
So cool. I love the whole thing where it's like you can see him going through the 5 stages of grief. He's like, no. It's like, what are you doing? Who was that? Oh my god. He's like mad. He goes through like all the ranges of human emotion, and they're all in a span of, well, he's counting to 10. It's not 10 seconds, but it's like a 3-minute scene. And
it's really good.
It's so good.
It's really good.
And I mean, to open up on it too, to be like, this is a new era of Mission Impossible. Like, and Tom Cruise can like.
Well, it's not a new era. It's still the same.
Well, it's definitely different.
It's J.J. Abrams.
Yeah,
you can tell it's J.J.
Abrams. First movie.
You can tell it's J.J. Abrams.
Not enough lens flare stuff.
There's not enough of those, but there's definitely the saturation.
Yeah.
There's definitely that
contrast. And this, yeah. Did you know who the cinematographer is?
I can check, but as you keep going.
I'm just wondering if it's his normal guy, but his best friend that's in all of the movies that he does.
Kerry Russell.
No. I guess that's his friend is. I don't know the guy's name. He played an X-wing fighter in the sequels. I don't know. He's like the guy that it's like Tom Cruise is like trying to impress everybody.
Dan Mindell is the cinematographer.
I don't know that guy.
Good
job, Dan.
He did do Star Wars.
With him,
so probably.
Good job, Dan Mindell.
Okay. Anyway, yeah.
There's one friend. He's like, where he's at the party. Tom Cruise is like, yeah, well, traffic has like a memory, and it's really interesting. It
has a traffic pattern. There's 200 different ways it can go. So it's so crazy like
he's
that.
He's like nerding out about traffic.
I'm saying,
and the girls are into it because he's Tom Cruise and he's really hot. And
and the guy's just like,
oh, I'm so bored.
Yeah. And then he can hear. Then he's just staring at Michelle Monaghan for a while. She's talking with her girlfriends. He's just like. Yeah. He's like, okay, please stop.
Well, he's reading the lips.
Yeah, I know he's reading the lips, but it just looks so weird. It's
like little hints.
What if someone's catching him just going like,
what are you doing, bro? It's like, I'm just trying to listen to my wife.
The first mission is like the one with Kerry Russell and rescuing her because she's been captured. And
right. And I like
stuff.
I like this movie because we actually have personal stakes. It's not just Tom Cruise's like, your mission, should you choose to accept it, is.
But it is.
This thing that we do. Well, the thing is, now it's personal, right?
Yes.
So like.
Now it's personal.
And I like the whole aspect that he trains people. Like, you don't see that in any other spy movie. It's always about the guy, right? It's always about Jason Bourne. It's always about James Bond. It's always about some other one.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
That's my favorite Vine.
I had to say it.
It was like I forgot what it was, but it was like some kid like jerking off or something.
Okay.
He's like, Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
All right, let's move on. So Maggie Q, Ving Rhames, also on that team to rescue Carrie Russell. Maggie Q was an interesting casting choice.
I don't know who that is. I just know Luther Stickle.
Oh, I mean, she's
Ving Rhames.
And
then the other guy's just there.
Yeah, she's been in a couple things like here and there. But what do I know her from?
I didn't even.
You
see
forgot
that.
what you were gonna say.
Well, they go to fucking rescue Carrie Russell who got kidnapped.
Yep.
I do like the scene where like Billy Crudup's there, and also because I just watched most of Almost Famous the other day, his favorite movie, and Billy Crudup and Phillip Seymour Hoffman are both in there. But again, they don't actually have a scene together, right?
You should know.
No, they have one at the end. I think.
You should know.
Well, he steals. They have like a passing by moment, you know. Anyway, I just thought it was interesting, like an Almost Famous reunion there. Yay!
Yeah.
So they kidnapped Carrie Russell, and this is when she was small time. So she was just kind of, she's not Carrie Russell. She's just an actor. And so Ethan's like, well, that's my student, the only one that I cleared for field duty. And
Did you have sex with her, Tom? I am gonna beat around this bush for the next 5 minutes.
he just doesn't answer the question.
Ving Rhames is just like, dude.
It's like, I trust him because he's Tom Cruise and Michelle Monaghan. Look at Michelle Monaghan. I mean,
all right. Anyway, back to the warehouse.
So yeah, they have a whole fight scene.
Yep.
Basically, and they kill a bunch of guys.
Really cool, really well done fight scene, I would say.
Which, and again, I like this vibe, like because they're going from a spy movie to a all-out cheesy, hard-boiled action movie, and now we're doing gritty, realistic SWAT team type stuff. And I definitely like this style a lot more. I almost would have. Like the franchise goes in a little bit of a different direction with a little more fantastical with the stunts and all the.
Well, this one doesn't really truly have a stunt, I wouldn't say.
Yeah,
I mean it's got a lot of good action scenes, but
you
not
said the Fulcrum. The Fulcrum. Yeah, I know what the Fulcrum.
Jumping from one tower to the other in Shanghai. That's I think was the stunt or whatever. But
yeah, it's cool. But I don't really remember that. I remember for this movie, I think of the opening scene and I think of the fucking 4-minute running shot.
Yeah. Well, there is that. And that was, that's at the end, isn't it?
Yeah. He's oh my God.
Where he's running through Shanghai. Yeah. They really just leaned right into that. It's like, this guy's going to keep running.
Yeah. Well,
he's forced.
Well, some guy did the math. The same thing with Brad Pitt. The more that Tom Cruise runs, the more his movies make. Same thing with Brad Pitt. Statistically,
does he run a lot in Fallout? Because that movie made a lot.
Yeah, he runs a lot. Well, so he runs across a field to get onto the helicopter, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And then what else?
Anyway,
I don't know. Does he run through the club?
I think your math is not mathing.
It works with Brad Pitt though. Okay, the more he eats, the higher calorie count, the higher amount of money his movies make.
Yeah, that's why Bullet Train didn't make money.
Yeah, well, because he only has like a water.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
At least it's not Smile 2 water. Oof. A lot of water.
I still want to. There's not enough talk about how she drinks water. Weird. There's just.
I think. Yeah. Anyway, Simon Pegg's debut in this one as well.
Yeah, and this is honestly this is the perfect amount of Simon Pegg for me, or Benji, because like. Benji has no business being in the field, like at all.
Yeah, he's like an analyst, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's just Luther.
Oh yeah,
he's just Luther again.
He's Luther. He's White Luther.
He's White Luther, yeah. But no, it's like the whole reason Luther was cool was because it's like you don't expect this giant bodybuilder black guy to be the hacker. You expect him to be the muscle, right? But then Benji, the little tiny nerdy white guy. Well, that's the stereotype.
It's Simon Pegg, though.
Well, it's Simon. I like Simon Pegg. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, he's just Luther.
Yeah.
Like, and for a franchise that's all built around the team, you have two people on a small team, right? Because, like, Ilsa just turns into the female Ethan Hunt.
Yeah.
And then she dies. Fuck it.
R.I.P. You're still salty. Anyway.
There was no reason. There was no reason to do. She's great in Silo.
They did her dirty.
Yeah. Although the Silo really fucking dragging, really her storyline specifically fucking dragging.
All right, let's chill.
I'm just a little angry and upset.
We'll see Rebecca Ferguson once we get to the 5th movie.
I like her.
Yeah. So now we're getting into so the implant that went in her brain, what was that again?
It was a time release.
The time release. Something.
It's like mercury or some shit in it.
Okay.
They put it up her nose.
What was that in again? Was that in the first one? Or the second one?
Oh, I don't know. I just know it was in this one. But basically, they're on a time limit, and they're great little. This is when J.J. Abrams had magic in him, where he was like, "Okay, we're gonna add a bunch of different obstacles, tiny little things, right? You have the you have this time. You're ticking time bomb literally in her brain. We don't know how we're gonna fix it. Ethan has to think.
Yeah, they're in a helicopter being chased.
They're in a bumpy environment. They're in a helicopter. They're getting chased by the guys. He's shooting rockets at them. They're dodging
Heat-seeking
and stuff.
rockets too.
So I like the smart word. He's like they dodge it at first, and then all the windmills are breaking. And I'm surprised the sheep didn't get killed. Remember that one shot? I'm surprised not a single sheep. Anyway, and so then they've dodged that one, and then they shoot off a flare to dodge the other rocket, because it's heat seeking. So, and then just as he's about to, he tells her, okay, we're going to have to basically kill you to short it out, and then we're going to bring you back. She's like, do it.
Okay. It takes 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then the Maggie Q almost falls out the thing. So it's an obstacle on obstacle on obstacle. And then they finally are like, okay, we're ready to go. And it's like 3, 2, 1. And then she says, Ethan, thank you.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah, and then she's she says thanks, thank you for saving my life. And he's like, yeah, no problem. And then she just... And the way that they do it,
yeah, it was good.
Like, horrific. Like, I don't like her eye. One eye stays here, and then you see this one over there, and it's just disturbing to look at. And then they show a close up of her face later when she's like just a cadaver.
Yeah.
So for a PG-13 movie, that kind of scary.
It's like, oh, nice.
Like, damn.
But I like how so when they're doing all this stuff, like say, climbing the wall, they're actually showing us how they do the math as spy agents. That's a really cool thing we don't actually see in most of these other movies.
Yeah, I kind of like the process.
Yeah, it's like it's another little thing that's just really cool to see that you don't see too often in these types of movies. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, and like especially the Fulcrum scene, you're like, okay, you can see him doing the math. I'm like, he's not just a badass, Yeah, he's smart. He's really smart too.
Which that's something I'll get into the next movie. But there's a lot of things go wrong, and he has to think on his feet, kind of thing. But yeah, in this
Ghost Protocol, right? Is the next one? Yeah,
that's the one by Brad Bird.
That's the first one I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as Ted Mosby says, it's redonkulous.
So now we're introduced to Billy Crudup and Lawrence Fishburne after
Larry. How you doing, Larry?
Larry
Fishburne.
So I was very confused by the end of this movie with Lawrence Fishburne's whole fucking role in this movie.
He's just kind of there.
He's just kind of there, but I also thought at one point like there's like a switch thing where he was the villain and that it wasn't really David. I was like, what is going on here? I got very confused.
I think it was like, okay, so Billy Crudup is the bad guy.
Yeah, there's 3 different bad guys in this movie, it seemed. And I was like, what is going on?
Fishburne is he's just the government stooge. Like, you can't do that.
I know, but at one point it made me think he was the actual bad guy. I was like, I don't like that.
So he's not.
He's like, oh yeah, sorry about that. At the end, it's like, oh, I fucking hate when that happens.
Wow,
I just hate that. I hate. Those
I don't like that. Every movie, Ethan goes rogue.
Yeah, well,
it's not original anymore.
Rogue Nation.
Every single.
Yeah.
Well, that one. It would make sense if he goes rogue in that one, but it's like literally every movie he has to go rogue. He's like, oh, my boss.
That's why these are every 6 years and it's not every year, which is probably good that he's not going. I think it'd be a lot worse if he's like, I want rogue every year, and then it's every 6 years instead. So I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
They did.
Okay. Are you okay?
No, it's just like all right. So we have this entire movie done. We just can't release it for another 5 years.
Yes, and we made it like it's 6 years later, but we taped it the year after.
Ooh, spooky.
But yeah, J.J. Abrams. Yeah. Let's see. Billy Crudup, Musgrave. That's his name.
Musgrave. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know
where I was going with that.
He's got a bit of a moral philosophy where he just is like, okay, we're never going to beat these guys legally. We got to play dirty. We got to take their weapon away. So another thing, they're all chasing after the rabbit's foot. It's like this, and this is the most mystery box bullshit thing ever. But this is when it's done right, though, because it's very clearly not about the rabbit's foot.
Nope.
It's about the rivalry between Ethan Hunt and his revenge quest to go kill Owen Davian, and his wife gets mixed up in it. So, or his fiance, sorry.
I mean, technically wife at one point.
Oh, right, because they get married
In the,
like 2 days
in the
before
hospital, and then they have sex in the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many residents and doctors do it.
Are you just basing this off of Scrubs?
No, just real life stories.
Okay.
I've heard the story, yeah. Okay. Yeah, they go in the closets and they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not sanitary.
You'd be surprised.
Oh, my God. Where are we? We just had the Saving Carrie Russell. We went, Vatican. That's where we were. So the Vatican.
The Vatican. With the voice thing? The voice changer?
Oh, yeah.
love
That
that
was
scene.
cool. I like how they did that. Yeah. And then they showed again, this is them showing how they do the spy stuff. And they actually show how they made the mask and everything. It was interesting. I liked it. It's like it was sawing it, though. That was really weird. It was like, what is this, wood? It looked like it was sawing the actual face, like carving it. It was.
Oh,
it looked,
yeah.
I was like, is this a wood chipper? What is going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
it looks
kind
weird.
of I'm thinking like a rubber mask. Like it wouldn't
do that.
I don't know.
But yeah. Cool. And Davian, then the
I love how catty he is. Sorry, I didn't make you. I love how catty he is when like Maggie Q drops the wine on him.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
no, it's fine. I always like to spill wine on my custom tailored shirt.
Yeah. And then he goes, then the whole bathroom scene where, again, 30 seconds till he can actually talk. He's choking on his spit. It's fine. Yeah. I do that all the time.
And then you have Philip Seymour Hoffman pretending to be Ethan Hunt, pretending to be Philip Seymour or Owen Davian.
Yeah.
So, which just says
then-
how much of a great actor he is.
And then just seeing Philip Seymour Hoffman just jumping up through these Vatican walls. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, I was like,
That
this
was so
looks
wild.
weird.
This is
Like,
wild.
I just can't imagine. Yeah, something felt off about it.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Like the great Philip Seymour Hoffman is jumping like on a jungle gym.
Yep. Apparently.
Okay.
So yeah, they get the briefcase that they need to get from the Vatican. They blow up the Lambo. That was rude. It was a very nice Lambo.
That must have been a new Lambo too. It was 2006.
Apparently, it was only the body they actually blew up. It was just the body. It wasn't like any.
Oh, thank God.
Anything important. Yeah, they had like 5 Lamborghinis, something like that for that show, for that movie. I was like, Jesus, that's a lot of Lambos. So after the Vatican,
Well, they get Owen Davian.
oh yeah, and they
quit
dangle out the plane. That's right.
Yeah, and then
That's a wild scene.
I love how like the way you can tell he's shitting his pants, but he's very, very calm when he talks.
Yeah.
He's just like, and he's like, no, I'm Owen Davian.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like, but Tom Cruise, he's going a little off the handle because he's like, you killed my student. Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, Luther, professional spy here, fucking idiot. So, Ethan,
Stop saying his
Ethan
name.
Hunt, located
No,
at.
he didn't say Hunt. He just said Ethan. But that's what made me think Lawrence Fishburne was the bad guy, because he was like the inside man that gave Davian the information. I think that's what made me think that. But yeah, I guess not.
Nah.
I guess somehow
Well, they all good.
Davian just
Just
figured
incompetence.
out who he was.
Well, he's an international arms dealer, so like,
I guess, but like it was a very quick turnaround.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the caravan scene where they're like, okay, we got you locked up. I'm like, this is just Dark Knight before Dark Knight.
Yeah, This is what Dark Knight got it from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then this is where, it went from this movie to Dark Knight to Skyfall.
yes, literally,
It's all part of the.
all within 6 years of each other.
Yeah.
Nice. So I wonder if there's some of the same people that worked on all 3 of those. That would be funny. And they're just like, oh, I have this idea. Oh, I have this idea.
Probably. I
That'd be
can
funny.
see it.
That'd be funny.
Maybe same studios. MGM.
No.
Paramount.
No.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, all 3 different studios.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah, you're bad. So yeah, the whole scene, were they in like Florida, I think.
Florida.
I think, right? At least they were on the water, the bridge on the water. I think that looked like.
Well, I didn't see Florida Man, so I don't think it was Florida.
Okay. But it's very convenient that Ethan and what's her face lived in the same town, and he got there the same that all this was going down at, because they get back to the U.S. with Davian,
Right.
and then they go on this adventure where they break him out, and then Ethan runs to the hospital just like that. Like, it's very convenient.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, right? I was like, Did he run like 300 miles? No, he's not Forrest. But
I mean, he's Tom Cruise though, and he just loves running.
yeah, see, that's one of the plot points. I was like, all right, that's kind of sus. But you know,
well, then they go to Shanghai or some shit.
yeah, that's the next part.
Yeah, that's part
To get the rabbit's foot,
the rabbit's
because they had to get it for 48 hours to save his wife from dying.
right, and they call it. They tease a little bit what the rabbit's foot is. It's going to be an anti-god, they said.
Yeah.
Is it a virus or is it like a...
It seems like some kind of toxin, yeah. Like, yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be like, we can kill a bunch of people and target and...
Yeah, probably that kind of thing. Whatever. Then the fulcrum scene happens. So they're trying to pendulum from one building to the other. Or, well, Tom is trying to pendulum from one building to the other.
You say poor old Tom?
I said, well, Tom.
Oh.
I said them. They're like,
first
well,
name
Tom.
basis with them now?
Yeah. Ethan.
What's it like? Is he cool?
Don't look him in the eyes.
Don't look him in his tooth.
Not that. Jesus. All right. So he gets the rabbit's foot. There's like this whole waiting time. It's like, where's Ethan? It's been 12 minutes. And we don't see him get it at all. We just see him jump out the window. It was like, all right, that was a little different.
Yeah. So, because I feel like it's like, yeah, we've seen Ethan, how he's going to do the thing. And like, I like that we're kind of cutting to the chase.
It's like the whole thing was the parachute could only open like, you had to open it right away, or else the wind is going to, and that's exactly what happened. He just started flying all over the place.
And then he loses it, right? He gets started rolling.
Well, yeah, it keeps rolling. It's rolling. And
then somebody else picks it up, right? Is it?
Yeah. Oh, fuck, who picks it up? I don't remember.
I don't know who picks it up. But
I don't either.
I did want to mention
and I watched it last night.
I'm not sure if they highlight it, but there is a guy in the background. What's his fucking name? He's in The World's End. He's one of the friends. Oh fuck, this is gonna annoy me. I gotta look it up.
All right, well,
it's like Eddie something.
All right, I'll keep going. So, yeah, they get the transfer at some junkyard in Shanghai. And they're like, "Oh, drink this, Tom." Oh, okay. And he's like in a dazed state for a while. Then he ends up getting to the bunker where we see the film begin. So it cuts to that for a little bit. We find out that's not his wife. That's just one of Davian's assistants that he ended up killing.
Right, because he failed him in the Vatican.
Yep.
You know.
And then the mask had all that thing.
Which I thought that was good.
That was good.
They did a little bit of that in the last one, where the henchman broke his jaw and he thinks it's Ethan, and so I like that kind of brought this back because they had me convinced I don't know who the guy is.
Oh, okay.
They had me convinced that it was Michelle Monaghan.
They did. Yeah. Although, I mean, you didn't really see her face too much. She was like,
yeah.
So you only really saw her eyes. So I was like, I can't tell I don't know her that well. So then we move on to Tom's 4-minute running scene, running through Shanghai and everything, all that stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of that.
Yeah, well, I love that scene because it's like he's
just running.
It's like, Tom, we know you like to run, so here's just an opportunity to just fucking go all out.
Yep.
And he actually, I think they said something behind the scenes that he was actually running faster than the camera could keep up.
I mean, that tracks.
Literally. Because of tracking. Anyway, he was running past the thing and he's just going like, but I do like it. It is kind of technically hard to do, right? Mm-hmm. Like you're running and you got to make sure that you're focused. You got to make sure that the rig is running at the same speed. You got to make sure that you're zooming in and out, keeping him in frame the same way.
Yep. And make sure it's like, Tom, slow down, please. Slow down.
I can't stop. I'm Tom fucking Cruise.
Literally.
It's in the name.
Yes.
I'm cruising.
So yeah, then there's the whole scene at the end where he had the thing implanted in him as well that Kerry Russell had.
Right.
So he had to die.
Right.
And he's dead. That's the end of the series.
Should have been.
No, we wouldn't have gone Fallout. Anyway.
The later movies suck ass, dude. You don't even
anyway, so yeah, he gets like basically electrocuted and dies, and then he's dead for a while.
He bites down on the popsicle stick.
Yeah.
They all crack.
Yeah.
They all crack open. I was like, shit.
Yeah,
that was kind of a funny little bit.
It was good. But then he's dead for a while she is killing these people and Billy Crudup. But like, it's been like a couple minutes. I'm just like, he should be dead. You try to revive him, he should be dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because if the brain loses oxygen for more than like,
I think it's 8 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, he was probably
it wasn't
dead for less than that, but I don't know something. And then they have a fight scene between him and Owen Davian, which is like, of course, Phillip Seymour Hoffman's going to lose because he's going up against Tom fucking Cruise. Bro.
Well, that was before this, but yeah,
that's. Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Did he? Anyway, he goes out kind of in a stupid way, though.
Yeah.
He just gets run over by a car.
Yeah. That was sick.
That
was sick.
I don't like it.
Right.
You liked it?
Yeah, it was fine.
Fuck you.
Okay. So, yeah, that's basically the end of this movie. I mean, then she's all chummy with all the rest of his crew who she just met. I was like,
it's like, I don't know.
That's weird.
It's like...
That's weird.
It don't work that way.
And I don't remember Ghost Protocol or Rogue Nation next. I've seen them both, but I don't remember them at all. Does she come back? Michelle Monaghan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she come back in the 6th one. And technically
that was Fallout. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, she's in like the whole 3rd act of that. And I think it's...
Maybe because I just didn't know who the fuck she was. Because I'd never seen 3.
She's at the end of 4, I think. Because then...
I wonder if she'll be in the new one.
She might.
It would make sense if this is the final reckoning.
I like the idea of Ethan Hunt having like I want to settle down and do not spy shit and be a teacher and like, all that shit. It works for like a standalone story, but in the later context of all the movies, because he just goes back to doing spy shit.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, now they're kind of weighed down by this whole like, he was engaged at one point, and now she's got this lady floating out there. We can't like just forget about her. Aaron Paul's there too somewhere.
Maybe
Wouldn't it be so cool if like just like her little brother just ended up moving to New Mexico and then
stop. All right, that's we're gonna end this one. What do you give this movie?
I give this movie. What did I give? I think I gave the second one just a really low score because I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't remember what you gave it. It's been a while.
This movie is fun. It knows what it is. I'm going to give this one a 76.
Wow, that's actually lower than I thought you were going to give it. Are the other ones that much better to you?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Fallout? Close to
Fallout. Fallout's great.
Fallout is close to perfect.
This I was going to give like an 83. I mean, it's good. I enjoyed it. I don't enjoy J.J. Abrams movies for the most part, except for Force Awakens. But, I
enjoy that one for the promise.
Yeah.
That wasn't fulfilled.
And then I don't watch any of the others.
Yeah. Well, Super 8's okay.
No, as in like any of the other Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. You don't like any? Well, the
I mean, Last Jedi is fine. I just don't rewatch. It's not rewatchable to me.
Like I said,
that's Ryan Johnson.
I don't like Last Jedi, but I respect it for at least trying to do something. If it wasn't part of the franchise, it'd be a good movie. Anyway,
where do you rank this in the movies?
I was gonna do my research and figure out what I already ranked.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. I have a feeling this is. I'm gonna say this is 5.
I know I have one at 2 or 3, or one of them at 2 or 3. It's probably the first. No, it's probably 3 for the first one. I had that one there, and then I think I put all the way at the end. I don't think I gave it the worst one.
Yeah, 2 is the worst one for me.
So this one, I think I'm gonna put it at the 4 spot. It's good. It's not great, but it's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna put mine at 5 if it's not taken up.
Yeah, I don't know if it is either. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, I gotta get better. we film these months like a month apart, so it's like
and we just totally forget and don't write it down.
Yeah, research, keeping track of stuff, stupid.
So next time we have Cats in America, Brave New World.
Oh, I thought you said Cats in America.
Cats in America, Brave New World.
I was like, oh my god,
What is this?
That one Futurama episode.
Yeah.
Where the cats take over. Is that
Cats in the Cradle?
And the cats in the cradle in the silver spoon. The little boy blue in the pan in the moon.
All right, well, anyway, we're Cinema 4. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok with a handle at Cinema Forecast. That's SCENE, Forecast, and you can find me on Letterboxd with DonutMan96.
You can find me on Instagram at Danny_Wass. My letterbox is serialized at DJ Wass, or my YouTube channel, which is just Danny Wass. I'm going to drink more coffee.
We already told you what's coming next, so we'll see you next time.